Hey, what's going on, everybody? You're listening to Marrio Esco Live, where we like to interview people who are actively serving the community, share testimonies, music videos, exclusive updates and announcements, and really we just want to utilize the platform to encourage, edify, challenge if necessary as we go over various topics and subjects. We're not perfect and we don't have all the answers, but we're firm believers in iron sharpening iron, and we really just want to build and edify together. So with that said, I hope you're blessed and enjoy the show. Grace and peace.
I've been falling all my life, but now I know I am, yeah. I've been searching all my life, been found by the great I am, yeah. You say I'm not what I appear to be. You want me to see what I want you to see. Yeah. Got to see right through me.
Hey, yo, let patience have at it, man. Yes, sir. Christ to be glorified, man. All day. Victory. Come on. Yeah. Yo, patience is rapping now, so it's better to act it out. You know better to pack it down when you know that he got the crown. I'm talking Christ Jesus, the one that I God's pleased with. He gave himself to be crucified and it wasn't easy. Imagine being a bystander, peeping his features, and on the other side his mother weeping and wheezing. But on the third day he proved to them what he was teaching. Broke down the temple and he still came breathing.
Bullet holes so full of holes, the enemy's popping up, but should've known saints are going home. Nothing disturbing what he's preserving, you can be certain of the fact. Matter of fact, we ain't tripping over the serpent when attack. Let him come, biting his own tongue with a heel drop. Bruce head, call it peel top. Loose ends with a real flop. Got loose ends that he heals us to the harvesters in the field crop. Yelling out from the hilltop. Turn, repent, believe, and you're guaranteed to have a sealed spot. Believe.
Through the fire, Medusa head on the new attire. Standing stronger than that wall that they got out in China. Battle tested, through the negative kept progressing. Learned some lessons, went ahead of them like procession. Holy blessing, shooting at them like Smith and Wesson. If it's out of reach, stretch and catch like Odell Beckham. That's a game winner, came from some saved sinners. The same sinners who be cooking beats that became dinner. Yeah.
You can throw me to the fire, coming back with a burning desire now. Victory is mine, I'ma fight it no matter the battle, the war, you're going down. Fighting is futile, I already won. Blood on the cross said this thing is done. You can get your army and sharpen your swords, cause nothing compares to my Lord. Devil, understand you already defeated. Counting is done, you only need to see it. Conspiring against God, you got nothing but pain. None of this grace, Karam Day on the seat in his face.
Forgot to use us even if we're persecuted. Globally, Bible believers are being executed. Heads chopped off, bodies being burnt up. Dylan Roof sat through a service and then he started shooting. No excuses, we talk about Jesus in our music. He's the only way to be saved. Disbelief is so foolish. Path to be taken, come over to God's side. Think about the history, victories in the Lord's eyes.
The cost and it's bigger than that. Land of the lost and he's bringing them back. That's why believers are singing the track. Unbelievers even digging the track. Bound up in sin, stuck in the trap. Believe in him and you never go back. I'm praying you're killing your sin when attack. I'm saying I keep it 100 in fact. Listen, man, you know that we on a mission, man. I go with Christians, I'm missing, man. Trying to get more submission, subtracting the enemy from an addition, man. Tell him about the condition, man. Bait him and switch him like fisherman. Hook him and tell him to look to the king, but they cling to him, never let go.
You can throw me to the fire, coming back with a burning desire now. Victory is mine, I'ma fight it no matter the battle, the war, you're going down.
Victory is always better than losing, but losing a victory is how we learn what we're doing. Got plenty of them, I learned from so many of them. I paid a high price, but I ain't drop a penny on them. Come like it's any on them, but I ain't using it. A lot abusing it while I'm refusing it. Guess I'm not the cooler kid who you be fooling with. My God is ruling it, and I'm a tool of his, so he be using us to change the world because we're too legit.
You can throw me to the fire, coming back with a burning desire now. Victory is mine, I'ma fight it no matter the battle, the war, you're going down.
Yo, what up? Welcome to the show, Marrio Esco Live. I'm your host, Marrio Esco. Alongside me is my co-host, a good friend, Gil Vargas.
What is going
What's
on,
good?
everybody?
What's good? I see everybody. Jasmine, I see you in here. Abe, I see you in here. What's going on?
I want to bypass that real quick, but while y'all was listening to that track,
go ahead.
I know y'all heard him in the background yell "woo" at the very end.
That's the inside, bro.
If you ain't catch that, go back and listen.
That is the inside, man. You can't be.
This dude is straight screaming in the background.
You can't be giving them the inside. So yeah, that was off of our new EP that is available right now everywhere. It is called Code of Arms Mission Field, and it features myself, Gil Vargas, G Wiz, and my dude Shadow. If you haven't seen Still Cypher, you can go check that out. It's me and my boy Shadow. We did a music video to that as well. You can see that. Just look up Still Cypher, and you'll see us on the cover. You can check that out. But Shadow's my dude, man. We had him on the show last week. Let's just recap real quick. As you can see, we're playing a game right now as we're doing this. I'm trying to recap as we're going. Last week was episode 37, I believe, and it was Shadow Returns, because Shadow was actually my first interview when I first started.
Facts.
When I first started the show, we had handheld mics, and we were sitting on 2 recliner chairs, and I had no lights. I had none of this gear. I had, I mean, since then, as you guys can see, I don't know. Can I brag on the blessings, man? I mean, we were blessed with these new Shure mics here.
Yeah, God is good, man.
You know, and I just need to brag about that, man. You know, we're continuing to progress and continuing to you know, inspire people, you know, and have people come alongside and get excited about what we're doing.
I'm excited.
Actually, we were chilling this weekend, and the show came up. Like, it was just a natural conversation, just us just chilling.
Like it's a bowling alley or whatever.
Yeah, man. So it's dope. But anyway, I'm excited about that. Last show recap, episode 37. Shadow was on. We knew the lights were a little bit dark.
Yeah, so we apologize. we still figuring out this light thing.
I hope that these lights are better. I see everybody in here. What up, everybody? I see everybody. Still Cypher. Thank you, Abe. I think he shared the link, so you can go check that out. Thank you, Abe, for that.
Yo, but honestly though, doing this show has really made me appreciate like set design and what goes into play.
You don't even think about those things, man.
Nah, and when we're over here playing with these lights, we don't even know what we're doing.
Yo, I remember I got upset with you because I'm like, dude, there's no magic. Like, this light was here, that light was there.
There was one episode that the lighting was perfect, and I'm like, yo, Mario, man, we got to get the lighting right. And he's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, dude, look at this video, look at that one. And it was an obvious difference, but we were able to figure it out, you know. Mario, once I said that, he could not let it go. The dude was like a mad scientist.
I was trying to figure it out, man. I was like, what? Because I saw the difference, and when I went and looked it up and what you were talking about, you could clearly see the difference.
But Mario thought he was like IT when it comes to lighting, because he's like, oh, if I put the lighting over here, it'll refract.
So let us know too about the sound quality of these mics. We're testing these mics out now. These are the like top of the line. Like, you'll see these mics on like, you know, like Breakfast Club or whatever. You know, most of the
Mario's humble bragging right now.
No, I'm just saying, like, for real, like, I want to know, like, is there a difference between these mics and our last mics?
True.
Because if our last mics are better, then, you know, it's all about, you know, preference, really, at the end of the day.
It does.
So if you guys, you know, let us know what you think about the new, you know, how we set everything up, because you guys are a major part of this journey. Okay, since episode 1, a lot of you guys, I don't even know how many of you guys really hung in there with me when I first started episode 1 when I was doing interviews, but a lot of you guys like are very familiar, and I thank you guys, you know, and I value you guys' opinion for real. That's real talk. So anything you guys recommend, anything you see, or even my podcasters, or even the way I interact on social media with you guys. With you guys,
doesn't have to be visual.
Yeah, just anything. Just let me know. You know, I want to improve. I want to make it pleasurable for you, and I want to make it fun, man. Just have a good time. You know. Okay, so for those that are, if you think I'm rambling and losing focus, it's because I'm currently playing a game as we're doing this whole thing right now, and we're still incorporating the games. Bro. Yeah, thanks. You're quiet in the corner and just beating me.
What do you mean?
So the game that we're playing right now, for those that don't know, we're doing Xbox One right now. We're playing Plants versus Zombies. I'm on the top screen. I'm the corn walking around like he's the boss, and Gil is the little thing doing a backspin right now on the bottom screen.
For those that are watching.
Yo, I was doing the ill will mill right there.
So we're still testing this whole gaming thing. We want to incorporate more ways to make it fun and enjoyable and entertaining. We're thinking about families as well. You know, people, my nephews, my nieces, they like to play some of these games and they hop on the live with my pops or, you know, whoever, and they want to play the games and stuff, and we want to incorporate that and make it fun. You know, we want to make it entertaining, man. That's it. You know, we want to have a good time. Every Wednesday, we look forward to seeing y'all. Every Wednesday, we look forward to chopping it up with y'all. We don't have a special guest today.
Nah, today is just us.
Today is just me and Gil, and we're not gonna play this the whole time, so don't worry. Right now, there's an intro saying what's up. But we do have some things that are a little bit more serious. That happened this week, and it kind of like
a good reason to start the show with some games.
Word, yeah, for heavy. Real, yeah, like kind of lighten up because we come here straight from work, and then we're doing all the family things and doing all the responsibility and stuff, and then it's the time that we have to set everything up. My wife will probably say different. She'll probably say it's the whole entire day. I don't know if she's watching right now.
That's when I heard her be like,
she's probably gonna yell at. She's probably gonna yell at me when I get out of here. It's like it's the whole day. Don't give me that. Don't try to make it look like you're doing daddy duties. It's the entire day. Ooh.
Did I just die?
It was a tie, bro. We both died at the same time. Wow.
That was crazy.
Yeah, Abe. Actually, you hit it on the head, bro. Abe says R.I.P. Nipsey. So that is one of the topics. That is one of the things that we want to discuss, man. And like we said, we want to be transparent and real about what we talk about. So these are things that legit I call Gil up and talk about. These are like behind closed doors kind of conversations that kind of just end up being the topic of our show because we want to be genuine about what we're talking about. And then we decide too. We're not just being reckless with it. We decide like, okay, where you want to go with it, what you want to talk about, and we do talk about trendy things, but we also want to talk about things that affect us. You know what I mean? Because then we have a unique perspective. Because obviously, just like Marrio says in the intro, we don't have all the answers. We don't presume to know the answers. So we just like to just talk and see what's up. See what you guys think, feed off of you guys. And to be honest, what we want to talk about, like it did soak up most of my week. I wasn't paying attention to anything else really. Like it really affected most of my week. Yeah. And it hit home in a different kind of way, just with how it made an impact on certain friends and whatnot. So we want to talk, a little bit about that.
And not everybody is probably, familiar with who Nipsey Hussle is. We can't automatically assume, even though it is big news, we can't just assume that. So Nipsey Hussle, he's an American rapper and he's a songwriter.
Wait. You're not gonna get into it while we're playing, bro.
No. I'm just introducing who he is.
No.
You don't even want to tell people who he is.
I'm just giving a brief, like, what we're gonna talk about. And that's good. When we get into it, like, I don't want to be playing this game when we talk about that, Oh,
I feel you.
So, but yeah, so the gaming part, just a little heads up. So we're gonna play a little bit of games if you guys want to chill. Then when we get into the convo, you guys, feel it out. Y'all can do what you do.
I can do what y'all do.
Oh, another thing we upgraded as well. So keep an eye on this too, as you guys are following along. We upgraded the internet speed, so hopefully we noticed some major lagging last week, man. And we had Shadow with us. So
yeah,
Shadow was like going in on some things, man. That dude is a man of conviction.
Yeah, if you watch the show, you can probably go to any seminary now because you have a degree after that episode. Because he was going heavy. I loved it.
Yeah, Shadow was going in, bro.
These are moments that give, texture to the show. Because it's not, you never know. You just never know where the conversation is going to go or what we're going to talk about.
No, but Shadow, like I say, he's a man of conviction, man. And he came on with a motive. He was fired up and wanted to use the platform to share his convictions. And, he's very passionate and he's very encouraging too at the same time. So it was dope, man, and I was a little distracted because of the internet.
Yeah. So Marrio, whenever something goes wrong, he completely disconnects. So it's like you completely just disrupted his whole, mind frame. He just completely checks out.
This guy. This dude. So yeah, and we're also thinking of other ways to improve as well. So for those jumping in, we do have a Facebook group. Gil's managing, by the way. How's Gil doing, guys? Some of you in here are in the group. How's Gil doing? Is he doing an excellent job?
Of course, man. I'm on my P's and Q's.
Yeah, you got like giveaways and stuff in there. You're giving them some sneak peeks, behind the scenes stuff, and like you're hooking them up or what? What's going on with the?
Well,
with the Facebook
obviously,
group?
I mean, the show is called Marrio Esco Live, so I know everything there is to know. You know, I know all the products.
Okay,
like, I have the licensing.
All right.
I have all those things. It's crazy.
I'll catch it on. All right, I got you. I see what you're doing. Well, anyway, so yeah, we do have a Facebook group. Gil's coming up with excuses. And we try to keep up with it as best as we can, and we're still feeling, other things out. We do have an email list as well, just another way to connect with you guys and give you guys updates and whatnot. I try to share it across the board. We still haven't figured out how to make exclusive content yet, like how to do that transition yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right now, we're just trying to make it more broader so we can see, who are our, who's going to actually be edified and blessed by what we do and want to be a part of what we're doing. Just growing that out and feeling everything out and testing everything. So
facts. I mean, that's why there's always a new element to the show, because there is no definition. We just having fun, and we want to entertain you guys, and we want to give you guys a place to chill.
So, Gil, tell me, how was your week, bro?
My week?
Yeah.
Well, I worked. You know what I'm saying?
I worked a
lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Me and wifey are, bonding.
I thought you had vacay.
Oh yeah, I was supposed to go to PA, but the reason why I didn't think of that because I didn't get to go. My daughter was sick,
bro.
Yeah, my daughter was sick, so I didn't get to go.
See, I gotta get you in the present right now, man.
What do you
Get
mean?
your mind in the present. Go ahead. So go ahead. So you have vacay. So go ahead.
It's just I didn't think of it because I didn't go. So I literally stayed home. So it almost felt like my same routine.
Gotcha.
Like nothing really happened. But then I remember, I was supposed to be in PA with my sister. She's having a little like a camp type party for her son, like a birthday party in the Poconos. So that was gonna be dope. I was actually looking forward to that because I've never been to the Poconos. But my daughter ended up having like 105 fever, so that was scary. Yep. And I didn't get
she's
to go.
good now.
She's good now, but she's a little sick, like with the sniffles and coughing. But she doesn't have the high temperature, which is dope. We're in the clear. Yeah,
that's the
scary,
big concern,
bro.
Yeah.
Because it was happening out of nowhere. Like out of nowhere, she was 105, and I'm like, whoa, we got to put
just
in the
spiking,
shower.
just random, like
we give it. We
sporadically.
We had to like the doctor said alternate through Motrin and Tylenol or something like that. Like go back and forth with it, which I thought was weird at first because I'm like, man, I feel like I'm overdosing my kid, giving them 2 types of medicines in rotation. Just don't sound right.
Jasmine,
but actually it happened.
Jasmine has something to say. She jumped in a little bit about the group, but you go ahead. You want to finish your thought first?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So yeah, my daughter is definitely doing better, even though I didn't quite understand the whole alternating medicines.
It was one stronger than the other?
I don't know.
That's probably
all I was told was
you just do what
alternate.
You're told?
Yeah, alternate
so
through the two.
When they get the mark of the beast, you're just gonna
Yep. Chip that.
Yo, wow, Chip. We just lost half our people. What's up, everybody? We already had our show about the Illuminati. Chip that.
The Illuminati.
So she's good though. She's doing better. You just keeping an eye on her.
Yeah,
and that's dope. Praise God for that.
She's good. I'm thankful. And my wifey's sick, so prayers out there, for wifey and my daughter, because they're still not 100% in the clear, but doing a lot better than last week.
Cool. And Jasmine jumped in. She's talking about your skills with the Facebook group.
Oh, okay.
She says she thinks you're doing well.
Dope.
Although her work schedule has been kind of hectic over the last couple of months and haven't been able to participate as much as I'd liked, you guys do a great job of trying to facilitate conversations and discuss various topics that come up during the show. Thank you, Jasmine. We love you.
True.
That's what's up.
We also
we appreciate the feedback.
Want to do it more often, but we also do like even just things that come to mind. You know what I mean? Not always trending or what's popping, but sometimes we'll post things that we're just thinking about.
Word. Abe is asking for new music. He's asking, tell us about new music.
New music.
So like we said,
other than we just released.
yeah, he wants more.
Oh dang!
They want more. That's understandable.
You that dude that makes multiple trips to the buffet.
There ain't no problem with that.
Nothing
we gotta get ready to serve up, man.
That's what buffets are for.
We gotta get ready to serve up. But yeah, man, Abe, it's funny that you say that because this year we said, and we keep saying that this year is gonna be the year for product. Yeah. We're independent. We're doing our own thing. We're doing the show. We're doing music behind the scenes. We just released a project. We got another one next quarter. We got another one the following quarter, and another one the following quarter after that.
Do we want to be like Marvel and like give the timeline of who's releasing who?
And you have to listen to them in a certain order to get the perspective of all of them collectively.
Oh, really?
Nah, I just made that up on the fly, but it sounds dope.
Yeah, it does kind of sound dope.
And now watch, here comes the artist tip of the day. There you go. Take it. Have fun.
If we created a music universe.
It's a freebie. Y'all heard it here first.
Dang, bro. That's actually a really dope idea.
I know it is.
A universe within music.
That's why you gotta stop me from just rambling all these genius ideas.
Ain't nobody listening to us.
Yo, our listeners that are not artists, don't be, telling people about what we're doing. It's exclusive.
I think only Abe is the only one that's like, oh, I'm writing
that. I'm gonna do that. He's taking notes. I
know I'm writing that.
He got a notebook out. He's taking notes and whatnot.
I think Jasmine listens to us.
Huh?
I think Jasmine is one of the ones that like she like pays attention to those little gems.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, she always follows up with the responses. A lot of people do though.
No, a lot of people do. She's the most vocal though.
Yeah. Got it. Some people are watching on now because we're streaming on YouTube. So some people are in the living room with the, like wifey. My pops sometimes they watch it on the big screen. So a few people watch it on the big screen and they can't respond.
But my daughter usually takes her phone to watch Blippi. And if you parents out there know what Blippi is, don't ever let your kids watch it.
Don't. Oh, wow. Okay, there you go.
It's awesome, but it gets old really fast, just like everything else that kids love to watch a million times.
Come on, man.
Billions and billions of times.
Billions and billions. I can't believe you did that last time, bro. To Shadow. Poor Shadow. He didn't know how to respond. And nothing.
Yeah, that's what we do, man. You got to be on your toes when you're on this show.
Yeah.
And it's not. It doesn't even.
Shadow knows what's up, though. Come on.
But it's not even just.
He's been watching
our guests. Man, you keep me on my toes,
hey,
bro.
Sammy,
you be putting me on blast.
I'm gonna need a refill, my love. Por favor.
Dude, man. I wish I could do that with my wife. Baby, I need coffee.
And my stitch, whatever you call it.
That's how you know he's a dad.
Yeah.
Ain't no grown man gonna buy a Stitch cup.
All right, man. Let's flip this up, bro.
Unless that movie touched you.
Let's flip this up, man.
Did it touch your heart?
I think we're good. here.
Good.
I can't even focus right now.
You out there, huh?
Yeah, I'm just thinking about what we were talking about. Like ever since we started. No, she said. Said Mario Kart. I don't have it. No.
It's getting.
No, I do not have it. Let me turn this off, man.
Ooh, man, that would be a dope one.
What's that?
Mario Kart?
Yeah, that would be a dope one.
That would be fire.
Yeah. So, I mean, let's get right into it. Trending news.
Yep.
Abe already jumped on it. I seen it all over my news feed.
Everywhere.
And
I mean, if you're a hip hop listener, then it's gonna be.
Yeah. So Gil, give the update. What are we talking about right now?
So the rapper is Nipsey Hussle. He's a rapper, songwriter from Los Angeles, California. He emerged from West Coast hip hop scene in the 2000s, and he initially became known for numerous mixtapes. There were Ain't Got No Names, the series. He had The Marathon Continues, and Crenshaw. Just that's some of his bodies of work, and Jay-Z has bought his music, and I think that's where the notoriety really started to come into play, because well-known artists were taking notice, and he became a very well-known, prestigious rapper. He released one project in the mainstream, is called Victory Lap.
All right, give us the.
And that's basically
okay. So what's the update though? Like what happened?
So he was shot in front of his business. It looks like what the news has reported, the person who shot him, his name is Eric Holder. He's 29 years old. He shot him, I believe, 6 times outside of his store.
So as I read up, like I knew of Nipsey Hussle. I'd heard his music and stuff like that. Like I think it was somebody put me on. It's probably Brent or somebody. Usually Brent is the guy that like throws music at me. But I heard of him before, and he was known to be, you know, just super lyrical with it, you know, true to the craft. Definitely a dope artist as far as sonically and skill wise. But obviously he was a secular artist. He's not a Christian artist.
No.
But he was a man that was highly respected in his community because he served, instead of just bouncing and dipping. Once he got the bag, he came back and invested in his community and started hiring his friends and people that he knew, and started opening up businesses and opportunities for his people to work with him. So,
which is super dope.
And he was actually on that day, I believe it was on that day when he was shot. He was going to meet with the police, and they had a meeting.
Yeah, I heard about that. They
about
talking
like
about
stop gang violence or something like that. Yeah, so he was active, like heavily active within his community, from what I read. And then just like what I saw, how it impacted personal people, and you know, to me, like real close friends. And I saw how it hit them. And that level of respect for this man, you know, and how it hit them on a personal level, which made me do that research, what made me, you know, go in and be like, you know, what's going on, you know, and try to follow up with what's trending, so that way we're prepared to have answers, you know, especially if we got a platform like this. I mean,
not that we have to have answers.
No, but we're just prepared. You're just prepared, like you're following with everything. You're just kind of hip to and in tune to what's going on, and you know, and my people are affected by it, you know, people that I know personally. So I got convicted, man. First of all, I was sad because, you know, what happened to this man, especially somebody who came back and invested back into his community, you know.
Which is crazy, because usually when a notable rapper dies, they automatically gravitate to his body of work musically. You know what I mean? Where in this case, for this young man, it was all about how much of an impact he was on the community.
Right.
Very little mention on his music. Not that it was bad or good or whatever. It really wasn't the topic of discussion. It was more about the impact, which I thought was super interesting. You know what I mean? And if you could see, he doesn't have a whole lot in his catalog. So it literally is, he just really impacted people.
Yeah. Yeah. It was legit because of how the people responded. Like you could tell, like, you know, how the people responded and whatnot. And the people closest to him knew, like that's what he did, you know. Abe goes, yo, take that Yankee, what is trash hat off or something like that.
Who said that?
Abe. Oh my gosh. He's from NY, bro.
Born and raised, bro. But sorry.
So it hit me different, and it was funny because that's what people were saying. This one hit different, and then when they were responding that way, it like hit me different. When I did my research and I saw how it made that impact on people, and I just started thinking. I just got convicted, man, and I was like, here's this dude who's giving back and like out there serving his community in there.
Yeah.
And some people built this story, and I don't want to like make this conspiracy. That's not what this is about. And I can't stand when people try to just throw everything out to conspiracy without actually just taking a moment to, you know, to mourn, you know, and pray for the people that are hurt.
It's just not respectful. You know what I mean? Whether he's Christian or not, or a secular rapper or, you know, Christian rapper, it doesn't matter. Like there should be a level of respect. You know, there's family that lost an uncle. There's a family lost a son.
Yeah.
You know, a father. I mean, I don't know if he was a dad or not, but there's someone lost someone, and it's not cool for just people to automatically bypass and be like, conspiracy.
Yeah, but I could see like how people are concerned, like they do want answers, and they're confused about like why did this just happen out of nowhere, especially with his reputation, you know, and what he's been known for within his community. So it's like a shock, and like has to be something. So they have this little thing that, you know, they're saying that it was he was in the middle of preparing this documentary about a doctor who what was the name of the doctor? Do you remember?
Dr. Sebi or Sebi. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right.
And I guess he was like he was like a doctor that was promoting like natural cures and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Through diet and stuff like that. And they were trying to make this, they were trying to do this conspiracy,
attacking pharma,
this kind of conspiracy thing where they said it was like a military hit, the way he, went down, whatever. And they try to do that spinoff. Yeah. But even so, like I started thinking about that, and not that that's true. Like they found a dude, they found a dude that did it, and they're saying,
or did they?
So it had me thinking, like even if it was something like that, like people come to point out things like that when it comes to like messing with people's profit or messing with the being a threat to the establishment, kind of thing. It made me think about us Christians. And like, are we not a threat to the establishment? Like, are we, like, it just made me think about that and reflect on that. Like the impact that somebody had within his community and the way people responded. And it just made me, I went off on this, this imagination journey and just made me think of different things and like about Christians. Like, how do we impact our community? Like, how are we out there serving? Are we out there looking to provide opportunities for people? Are we out there actually being the light? And like, and some people would say you're only obligated to go out and proclaim the truth, but I think part of that is like loving your neighbor. I think that's a call that we just bypass as well. You know what I mean? And part of loving your neighbor is coming alongside them, being concerned about their well-being and loving them, not just about the opportunity to give the gospel, but to not friendship evangelism again, but just love your neighbor, truly love your neighbor.
I mean, what he did, even if it was a Christian who did it, I wouldn't classify it as friendship evangelism. Having a desire to better your community and show love and be effective in that way, it would only have been, a lot more, on the spiritual sense, more impactful, because the dude can give the gospel too. If he was doing the same things Nipsey Hussle doing and preaching the gospel, that would have just been that much more of an impact. But the fact that it wasn't a Christian should allow us to think internally, like, well, how effective are we being in our community? You know what I'm saying? Forget about friendship evangelism, forget about all that. But how effective are we within our community? Are we being so effective that even the higher up people are taking notice and saying, whoa, what is happening in this community that it's rising so fast?
Yeah, and then the other thing too is that the people that are out there, like, serving in those communities and doing these things, maybe they don't have the theology perfect.
Or that,
and then it's like, and then
they automatically get dismissed.
It's like, you don't got your theology right, man. You get him out of here. Like, kick rocks, get him out of here. You don't have his theology right,
which is sad, man.
And these dudes are out there. It's like everybody who makes an impact. Because some people, I'm not saying everybody. Some people responded to this tragic incident with reflecting on how we as Christians, support one another. And somebody, I'm not gonna point out names, none of that. I'm sure some people in here already know, but they made a comment. They reflected back on album sales and stuff like that. All right, they reflected back on stuff like that, and I don't want to be the platform that gossips and none of that. Just it's out there, it's public,
But this is something we should discuss, because it's like sometimes in these types of situations, you look at it and you automatically put yourself in it. You know what I mean? And you shouldn't. There's a time we're in a place for that.
Yeah, that's what
we all get in our feelings. Like, we all get in our feelings, especially when something real like this happens. We all get in our feelings. So I don't blame him for getting in his feelings. I just think he should have thought about what he said before he said it.
Yeah.
I think it was just said and wasn't enough thought, because it was a video, right? It's a video that was posted.
Yeah, it was a video that was posted. He made it some comments, whatever. But it's not even just about that one situation. It's almost like a common thing, like when somebody mourns or shows love, and then everyone's like, "Oh, he wasn't a model citizen." It was like, bam. It's not about that one incident. That one incident is what made me think about the other ones and the response that I have seen over time. when somebody like passes away and people come alongside, pray for the, you know, loved ones. Just try to be an example of sharing in that mourning as a culture, you know, because these are celebrities.
Yeah.
They don't, you know, a lot of them not by choice, like they're just really skillful at what they do. They take their craft seriously. They're very well at what they do, great actors, and that just comes with it. A lot of them will prefer not to have that with it. They don't want the paparazzi constantly chasing after them. They don't want to have to.
Well, who really does want that?
No, but yeah, a lot of people
I think
don't
for the
want
first 30
that
seconds,
stuff.
you like it. Like, you're like, oh my God.
It's funny because the people that don't have it are chasing after that.
For real.
Not even knowing what they're asking for. When you don't have any privacy whatsoever at all. Like, you just, everywhere you go, someone's gonna. Actually, you just saw a celebrity recently. And a plane, plane flight.
I mean, it wasn't too recent, but it was recent enough.
All right, share that story.
I mean, it wasn't that crazy. It was just, it was cool to see how people react. You know what I mean? And we've come in contact with celebrities before, but this was different because it's never been an actor. So this was
good point,
actor.
Jasmine. I see you, Brent.
So we saw the dude from 40-Year-Old Virgin. He's the I forgot his name. Now I feel dumb because I don't even know his name.
What are you talking about?
The name of the actor. I'm going to mention a story about an actor and I didn't even mention his name. That's kind of corny.
Oh, so you dropping the ball right now?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Well, I didn't know you was going to bring that story up first of all.
I mean, just jump it. Anyway, so he saw an actor and the dude was trying to cover his face. He was on the plane and he was trying not to be seen. Like, that's what they, you know, they want privacy. Like,
a lot of times.
They don't want the stuff that comes with it for the most part. So anyway, my point of that is, what is my point? Oh, so when somebody in the culture that's like dear to people, like, you know, like people that inspire people that, and they pass away, like the response should be like, you know, culturally we mourn together, right? Have you ever cried for a celebrity passing?
I've never cried, but an artist that really affected me when they passed was Aaliyah. Okay,
share that. Can you? I want you to share your mind. Like, how did that affect you? Like, you don't know Aaliyah, you never talked to her, you ain't calling her up, you didn't have a chance with her at one point.
It was, I mean,
I know that
because
you didn't have that.
I'm a singer.
You ain't,
you know, so
you ain't. Oh, go ahead.
What is happening? No, I'm kidding.
Go ahead.
So yeah, so that situation,
love,
because
please.
she's a singer and she was like at the beginning of her career, it was really starting to really take off, and then it all just came to a halt. Like, she was at the
Blippy gonna be excommunicated soon.
Yeah, but Brent said that.
I see you, Brent.
In my house too, bro. But it's really hard when my daughter comes up to me and goes, Flippy? I can't say no to that. But anyway, so yeah.
How's the lighting, guys? It's beautiful. Or what?
I hear Alexander Wade said lighting is ill.
Oh, where'd you see that?
On the Facebook side.
Oh, I see it. I see you. Alexander, thank you, man.
Yeah. So what was I saying?
Yo, Alexander says, no lie, when Tommy from Martin died, I was hurt.
Oh yeah.
So there like, you go. So no lie, like this is not like a made up thing, right? Like,
no.
in a way, we all kind of share as a culture. Do we all kind of share in mourning together? Like, do we all kind of like we hit, like we feel like we lost somebody in our culture? Yeah. It's a representation of where we at, right?
Yeah.
Like, we belong to this. Like, we have some stake in here. God in his providence like made us born here where we're at to share and love and be an example and be a light and be the salt and so on and so forth. And I'm not saying, it's so tricky, man. For some reason, every time I say this, it always spills into friendship evangelism. Comes to my mind as the thing to be guarded against. Is this like, help me understand this,
that's
bro.
That overly sensitive
help me understand this. Thoughts. Is it? Am I being unplugged right before y'all eyes?
That's that reform shield.
Am I being unplugged?
If it could
right
be heresy, ting. It's like,
yo, somebody say something. This is my therapy. Y'all are my therapy. Somebody say something. So share with me. So Aaliyah.
I don't think it's.
So Aaliyah passes. You find out, where were you? Do you remember where you were? That's interesting.
I think I was working at that time at the Southbridge Youth Center. I was like staff. When I heard.
Okay, so then you had your little fro.
I believe so.
You had your little fro.
I didn't have a fro yet. Crazy.
Oh,
I was still living with moms at that time. The fro was living on my own.
Oh, so you had like a messed up, like no
probably
lineup,
a no lineup, all busted
up.
Yeah,
you had the wave.
No type of swag.
No type of swag at all. You had the church pants.
Probably.
Yeah, the church pants.
And they had the line in the middle, like when you iron it.
Oh, you have to have the line in the middle. There's a church pants.
Exactly.
They need to be crisp.
Yep. I feel like they point from the floor up to the spirit.
Oh.
I think that's the reason why the lines are there.
Okay. All right. So go ahead.
Right up to the spirit.
So what were you doing when this happened? I was
just,
dancing?
Watching the kids, you know what I mean? Because it's a youth center. So I was just making sure I was doing my staff thing. And then I think, because they always had like the radio playing. And the news just came on.
Pause real quick.
Breaking
Tell
news.
me how you pronounce this dude's name.
Whose name?
Serrano?
Oh, yeah, he's gonna have to clear that up.
Yo, you gotta clear that up for us, bro. Can you like type out your name with like the pronunciation so I can say it right?
Type it with the pronunciation.
Man. I wanna show you love, but I don't wanna embarrass myself at the same time.
Well, we've said his name Serrano, and he's never been like, that's not how you say it.
Serrano.
It would be Serrano if it had the N with the line over it.
Mario, we got another Mario in here.
Serrano, right there. He just wrote it.
Serrano.
Yeah,
that's what's up. Thank you. So okay, so you're chilling.
Yeah, so I heard it in the youth center. You know, it came on the radio because we always had the radio in the background playing.
Oh, it came on the radio.
Yeah, and the radio they were like breaking news. Aaliyah, was found.
Wow.
The plane went down and it crashed, and Aaliyah passed away along with her crew, whatever. And
what up, Jordan? I see you.
And I was
you're new. What? Enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride.
I'm new. Don't on
mind
here.
The mess. So we're talking about just kind of going over the whole Nipsey Hussle thing and how it affected us, how it affected people that we know, and how I don't know. I'm not even to say how we should respond to it. We're just kind of like, here we just talk, man. Yeah. We just chopping it up.
So right now we're currently talking about how, because he asked me what celebrity affected me that has died in the past, like not just Nipsey Hussle, but just in general. And I've never cried, physically, because I feel like in order for, this is me personally, I know plenty of people who would cry, but for me, I have to have some sort of connection, story, something with you in order for me to have that level of connections for me to be like, yo, and cry. But there's other people who, because they grew up watching them on TV, they'll cry.
Yeah.
And that's dope. But for me, what affected me about Aaliyah was just the fact that I was, young, really looking into being a professional singer and going towards that goal. Mm-hmm. And she's like at her peak and really, doing big things in the music, and then just boom, gone. Everything's gone.
Oh, so then it's a reflection of how life just goes.
Yeah, how life goes and how she's going for after her goals are, and then just in 1 second, boom, everything could just be gone.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, are we truly all living in the moment? You know what I mean? So that's how it affected me. Like,
were you Christian at this time?
I wasn't. Nah, not really.
Okay, so it was just that reality that we all know, because we all have it. We all have a conscience. Gracias, refilling the coffee. Gracias. Thank you, my assistant.
Oh, can I have a refill?
Oh, mama. Oh, my son. Poor kid.
I think she pinched his toe.
Oh, I hope not. I hope he's all right.
But yeah, so
she'll come in here.
That was why it affected me. It was just that realization that she was such a young, powerful artist coming out the gate, and then it just all ended, and it made me really think, like, where am I? How effective am I being? And anything could just happen tomorrow, and everything could just be done.
Right.
So that's what affected me. Is there someone that you saw as that died?
Well,
in
my
the past?
son is affecting me right now, crying in the other room.
Oh, we potted.
I'm like, yo, it's my son. All right, man. We live right now, bro. I'm like, yo, do I cut? Like, I feel like I'm gonna get excommunicated if I don't cut right now.
Man,
people are like, what kind of fatherly example is he being right now?
One day,
hold it down. Can you hold it down?
This is gonna be on the news. They're gonna be like,
this is how we do on this. We live in uncut.
On a podcast.
We live in uncut.
His son was in the back screaming, and he just decided to stay on the show.
So let's see how you hold it down. Go ahead.
I hold it down, bro. So yeah, I mean, for me, only Aaliyah. Is there anybody out there that has lost an artist or a movie actor, or you know, someone that you guys lost that was famous that you didn't really have a connection to, but it affected y'all? Like that to me would be interesting. Say, I'll connect with you guys a little later. Oh, okay, Mr. Mario, you bouncing out for a little bit. Dope. Octavia, I see she's cracking up. But yeah, so other than that, I can't think of any other person that really affected me. I mean, they all affected me to a certain level, but I guess Aaliyah was the most. But Biggie, that definitely was a weird thing, because he was like all over the place. He's like, everywhere I look, Biggie was there. And same with Tupac. And then hearing when they passed was like, dang, it's like they created like a whole culture, and now they're not here to represent it no more.
How were you doing, man? Did you?
No, I'm just talking about like if there was anybody else that you know, affected me. And I was saying that Biggie and Tupac was another one, but it didn't affect me like that, like in a profound level. But it was like, Salina, man, this is crazy that
bitty bitty bum bum.
These dudes were everywhere. Like literally, do you remember how Biggie was everywhere? Magazines, posters, like, and then all of a sudden he dies, and now you're thinking like, yo, what else? Like they created a culture. Between him and Tupac, they created like a whole culture within them, and now they're gone. They can't even
Whitney Houston, it. But I never cried. So he's saying that he never cried. He was just shocked.
Octavia, I think, is a girl.
Oh no, okay, I'm mixing two. My bad. Serrano, is that how you say it?
Serrano.
He didn't cry, but he was shocked when Biggie and Tupac passed.
Yep, and Eazy-E, I see that.
So yeah, man, I mean, like it does impact you, because in some way, like we're all sharing within this culture. So
Michael Jackson, that's a big one.
How did you? Prince?
That was a sad one, man, because he was like also trying to come out with a new album, new thing, and then the whole doctor situation with the prescription and whatever.
Yeah,
that was a crazy one too. I was not even expecting that. I thought Michael Jackson was going to live on for a while. Because he was never had an issue with drugs. So the drug issue was weird. Right? Like that wasn't something like, oh yeah, wow, he been battling drug issues for mad long, obviously. Like it was bound to happen. But you never heard not one thing with Michael Jackson and drugs. So that one was a weird one.
You didn't know Mike was on drugs?
I did not know he was on drugs, like doing drugs. Like I'd never heard an article that talked about Michael Jackson doing drugs. Did you?
But the whole point of it,
he was addicted to surgery.
The whole point of it is how it does have an impact on you.
It does.
You don't need to, like, you know, it's just sad no matter what. I mean, the image bearers at the end of the day, you know, anybody who passes. And some people will point out like, whoa, why are we so concerned about this one dude when people pass away all the time? Like, and that's true. That is true. I guess in this case, when it comes to Nipsey Hussle, specifically regarding this, is the reputation that he built for himself within his community. And that makes everything just different. Like for me personally, I'm like, it convicts me. It makes me like just, I think that instead of getting caught up on just being in tune with what's going on, you know, just being hip.
Yeah.
Like instead of just being caught up in just being hip, because some people just want to be hip. Some people will see the news and then they like, oh, I'm the first one that's going to share this. And it's like no kind of real compassion. It's just like, yes, am I the first one in line to share this?
Yeah,
I know about it. Huh? I'm in tune. I'm in hip, and they want to flex how hip they are, and so they share it real quick.
Is that how they type it though?
They just like that. That's what I imagine. Wow. Even on their phone and everything.
A whole paragraph, just three.
You know what? I'm hip.
Three taps, and that's
it. Three taps, and they're hip.
They wrote it.
So like, I'm looking at it, and I'm like, okay, you can. I mean, I can't assume that on somebody, but we know that stuff kind of happens, you know. And then other people try to just jump right to conspiracy. Like, how can we twist this real quick? You know, immediately. How can we twist this real quick? And I'm thinking more like, what about the impact, and what about the legacy, and what about what happens after this?
Yeah.
Not like.
And most importantly, what's going to happen to all those people with all those businesses that he created and affected in that community?
Word.
There's no one to run it. He's not there unless he had that in place, which the way he died, it was very sudden. So if he didn't leave that to anybody or he didn't put those systems in place, those businesses and community centers could very well just shut down.
Right.
Which is super sad as well, because all those lives are now not going to have anything to look forward to or go to. You know, gang violence is probably going to spike again in that area because he wasn't there to mediate.
Right, and that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Like the impact. Like I shared a post. I said, you know, prayers and condolences for those that were directly impacted by Nipsey's, Nipsey's death, and then I just said, don't let it stir up rage and anger. You know, and just think about the impact that he made and let it inspire you to continue that legacy. And then some people will say, you know, because you know how people are. They're going to do their research and say this is not a model citizen and he was gang involved and he was this and he was that and have all these lists of all of these attributes and just totally bash this dude's character and then and leave it at that. But what I'm saying is, what about the actual impact that he made within his community? Like, that's what I'm saying. If you didn't make any impact in your community, don't open your mouth. That's all I'm saying.
Seriously.
I say everything just to finish up and wrap up with that.
Take that log out.
Yeah, like if you ain't making no kind of job, if you ain't open up job opportunities for people in your community, if you ain't going back and serving within your community, if you ain't praying for your community and actually living it out, man, within your community, then don't talk smack about somebody who is, just because he didn't believe what you believed. And now when it comes to glorifying the things that he was a part of, then I say, yeah, like it's not for everybody. Like when you're glorifying it and you're like, but this man was actually trying to give back.
Yeah.
It's different, man.
It is different. And I think that's a major thing that you just mentioned, is that if you are going to critique, it should come from a place of at least compassion and understanding. And if you're going to critique in a negative way, you should be coming from a place where you've been in his shoes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if you haven't been in his shoes, then like you said, you shouldn't just say anything at all and just keep it moving. Your comment is really not helping nobody if it's negative, you know, and nobody's glorifying anything. A few like I mentioned the projects, and that's only just to give clarification of who he is and, you know, for that nature, but ain't nobody glorifying anything. But it's important to at least highlight the things that he actually did. I think it is.
Yeah, my pops is up in there. Shout out to, I see everybody jumping in. Preach, someone's saying, tell it. You know, yes, it really did, because I cried. I see you guys. I'm selling shoes. I don't know where that came from, but cool.
I'm selling shoes.
But cool, that's what's up. Let me see. Pop Duke said, thank you, my love.
Thank you
so much, baby.
Appreciate it.
Pop Duke says, for Christians, the movie The Passion of Christ made many cry and feel very emotional and some disturbed.
Yeah.
Just talking about how a movie, so where he's, oh wow, that's extra points. Let's clap for that. Let's clap for that.
She brought extra points. She brought him a cup of water, so you guys, you don't know.
Extra points also, for that one. I'm gonna sip that first, by the way. Points. Play a track. Yo, Brent is asking to play a track. All right, cool. So y'all wanna, why don't we take a quick little break real quick? We'll jump back into the convo, and we'll share another track off of Code of Arms, our new EP that's out now everywhere, with myself, Gil Vargas, Shadow, my boy G Wiz. Code of Arms, Mission Field. This track is called Battlefield.
And if you guys own it already, thank you for your support.
Yeah, thank you so much. And let us know how you guys think. So here we go, quick little break.
I see a battlefield. I see a battlefield. I see a battlefield. I see a battlefield. Yeah. Battlefield. Let's go to war.
Life changed like a mic change, but I'd be lying if I tell you that I might change. In and out of frames, that's what life became. Trying to drown the pain, thinking that I found a way. But I got wiser with my older years. Learn to plan ahead, heartbroken so I know the tears. Nightmares so I know the fear. Scared to go to bed, daydreaming about the Rover wheels. a new mission for the commission. I'm in it, play my position, headed for my division. Squad ready, they read it like hustlers ready to get it. Few of them really down, but I ain't being specific. Battle plan all laid out, these men risking their lives. Studied all that they could, still recognize they could die. Recognize it's a war, not here to collect rewards. The story gon' be told, so recognize what it's for.
All I see is casualties, warfare surrounding me, spiritual maladies in my faculties, nature and anatomy. So now I'm face to face, studying the Bible and come to find out it's all grace. My God great, give him a chance, why wait? He can take anybody, embody the wide ways. I don't care what type of fight it is. People out here suffering, alcohol's a Vicodin. So I rap about the God that is, who would give his own kid for the price of his other kids. So you know what type of God it is. If he poured his own wrath on his son, you better pray his. Unbelievers, I'ma pray for this. That your eyes close like the Lord did to Paul on his horse. Then eventually open up, embracing the cross. Ran out of time, I was ready to get in the war.
The map's laid out, positions for the mission. This ain't a scrimmage, so listen to the tracks played out. Just let it fade out and let your mind be captivated by the rhymes. I'm magnifying the small print, that's the bottom line. And what they buying, that ain't flying, man, I'm rectifying. These dudes are lying while they trying, man, I rep the iron. My dudes bring the heat and sharpen iron. While most dudes sleep, we on our feet like marching lines. We marching it, I know they watching and they moccasin. His bare feet with his heels sitting on top of it. While they be chilling, sitting back, thinking we not gonna win. Man, it's a lifetime, but one time I clocking it. Once he has you opting in, no opting out. Any doubt, he knocks it out. Block us in and box it out. It's true, getting these toxins out. And all this poison from the noise in my mind. Tell him beat it like Jesus to Peter, Satan, get behind.
We ain't sitting on the sidelines, sick of the things I've been seeing with my eyes. Look for yourself, belts clicking and bootstrapping, I know what you're thinking. What is it for? We getting ready for a war, yeah. But it don't fail me now. Me standing at 2 feet, no chains on the ground. It's a new day. Push down the enemy, look, can you use me? Just when we thought I couldn't be no more crazy, thinking about the place with the Lord that saved me. He was a true battlefield, equipped with a double-edged sword to kill, ready murder. Now you see a soldier. Yeah, 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 yeah.
There you go, Battlefield off of Coat of Arms, Mission Field, available everywhere. I see everybody sharing love. Yo, thank you guys so much.
Thank you, man. Humbled.
Real talk. I see Serrano.
Yeah,
I see Serrano, bro, who's making the album. I'm ready for that.
Mario always wants to put he always wants to put a Spanish accent on
Serrano.
Cilantro.
You know, Serrano. God bless y'all. Yo, I appreciate you, bro. Real talk, man. I appreciate everybody. So one of the things we were talking about, just to jump right back in, was just the whole Nipsey Hussle, secular rapper who, you know, he was a mainstream artist. Went back to his community, didn't leave, didn't bounce, didn't get himself no mansion and be out. He gave back to his community.
He actually
was
bought the
businesses.
block.
He was giving jobs. He had a barber shop open. He had it was like a clothing shop open, right? A clothing shop.
Yeah.
He was giving.
Would you call that a hood mansion if you buy the block?
Nah, man, that's a
hood mansion.
Yo, you know what? I heard about another dude doing the same thing.
Mansion's got mad bedrooms.
I heard about another dude.
Block.
Now, it's funny you say that. I heard about another dude who went back to his block, right? And also another entrepreneur. I think he was a rapper. Made all this money and whatnot, and came back. And what he started doing was buying land in his community, and he was buying land and building houses. So he was just a real estate guy, but a realtor. But he was like, he was the landlord of these buildings that he was owning, these properties that he was owning, slowly buying out streets and whatnot. And then he would open up these programs within that community about how to become an entrepreneur and how to go about, getting a loan. And I forgot who it was, man. Yo, Brent, you got to know this.
We on this tip where we're mentioning
Brett, you got to know this.
I started with the actor.
It came to my head right now.
This amazing entrepreneur.
Anyway, my point of that, like,
we
this is
in our investigative bag.
But my point of that is, like, I think that's dope. Like,
very
why
dope.
Is that not to love your neighbor? I feel like
that's friendship evangelism.
I'm just trying to figure this out, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what it is that when you come from, or you know people from these areas, and you see the pain and you see the oppression and you see things that are happening within, you know, it's almost like every day something's being thrown at them. It's like almost like, man, they're being buried, bro.
Yeah.
Loss after loss, you know, problem after problem, and just being completely buried. And you have compassion, bro. And part of me is like, you know, you want to get out and you want to, you know, get the house on the hills and move, you know what I mean? Like all in your privacy, secluded, all in, you know, be in your safe zone, you know, away from it all. But
that's what I thought about a lot when it comes, like, you know, piggybacking what you're saying. Those people who have that strong desire for like evangelism, because I'm sorry, I give the gospel when the moment comes and people come, but I don't know if I could just sit on top of a box and just preach to people and just, you know, yell out to people and stuff like that. And I think it's crazy when I hear so much more people talking about leaving the country and going to all these foreign lands, which is definitely needed. I'm not talking down on that at all. But I feel like I don't hear a lot about evangelism in that form, but like within their area.
Oh, wait. So you're talking about like the missions, like when they go off.
You know, I don't know.
Feel like this.
Maybe you guys are hearing this wrong, or maybe you guys can give me clarity. But I feel like whenever I hear about outreach, like missionary work, it's usually like way out, like yo Africa, yo India, yo like crazy.
Let me ask you something.
But what about like?
Can I ask you something though?
Yeah.
Are the people that go out to other countries, right? And you know how they like you go in areas where they don't have water and they make the wells and stuff?
Yeah.
Are those missionaries?
Some, yeah. Some,
or is that like
Peace Corps type thing? But
okay, I think those so that's my question. Like, would that be considered like work, oh, they're doing missionary work? Is that considered missionary work when you're going to?
I believe so.
Another country and you're doing wells. Is that considered?
I believe so. But I mean, dang,
somebody
that makes me want to look up.
Somebody jump in here. Like,
that makes me want to look up now. What is the definition of missionary work? Like, is it directly tied to
with ministry, like ministry as far as like raising up? Because you think of missions, like they go out, right, and then they preach to the people of the land, and then they raise them up to become pastors and elders and deacons, and then they do a church plant, and then the people from the culture take over because they're from that culture. That's what I think missionary.
Me too.
Right?
Yeah, that's how.
So then what is the well thing and
the well and building windmills and all that? Yeah, I don't know. I would consider that still missionary work in a way, because you're still helping and serving a community and a place that's low in poverty or in need or disaster. Like, you know what I mean? I believe that still falls in the category. So I don't think it should be completely boxed in, like, unless you're raising up pastors. Like,
so then if these things are like widely accepted when it comes to stuff like that, why is it hard to see the people that have the desire to serve the same way that they're serving in areas that don't have water?
I see what you did there.
In the cities with people that don't have access to certain things. And
so you're trying to get to, is Nipsey doing missionary work? Does he classify?
I think a lot of the people that I know in my circle have worked for either the Department of Youth Services or some form of, like, you know, program, like residential program and whatnot. A lot of people that I know. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm bringing it up. And one of the biggest concerns that we had was, so we are going to have them for a certain period of time, and then sort of like, what's the word? Is it rehabilitate? Is that the word?
Well, at least that's what they use, yeah.
Rehabilitate. Like, we're supposed to get them in the proper state of mind, right?
Almost and like try to reprogram
them what coping skills and how to respond. Like, that's what they do, right? And then we send them right back into the same environment with coping skills that don't help within that environment. So in other words, here you go. I'm crying. I don't want to go there. Here's a stuffed animal, kid. Just squeeze it. And then we send him back out to the hood, and then he's like, "Oh, I don't want to do that." And he's gonna squeeze his stuffed animal. Like, wait, you're not gonna respond to things the same way.
That's
like,
true.
you're not gonna always be able to walk away. Take a time out.
Yeah.
Go take a breather. You're not gonna always be able to take a time out, take a breather. So what we were thinking was like,
how effective is this?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you start questioning, like, what are we actually doing when they're going back into the same? I don't think this is the right strategy from the outside to teach these things that they can't always apply on the inside.
But think about it though.
When they go right back to the same stuff.
How could any institution truly affect in that way? Like, you know what I mean? Families are being...
Mom Dukes is in here. I see what you're saying, Mom. I'm going to read it in a sec. Go ahead, go. I don't want to cut him off. Go ahead, go.
No, but how many families, realistically can program relocate? So it's like an unrealistic thing, and it's something that is, I would say, near impossible to completely fix unless there's an internal change within that community.
Look at you. But okay, within the community,
there has to be an internal change, because the change that's happening outside of it, like these correctional facilities and these youth centers that we're sending our kids to, they're good, but it's like a temporary band-aid, because they're going right back,
they're gonna go right back
to
into
the same horrible conditions, bad neighborhoods, gangs and killings. So it's like, yeah, these programs are great, but how are we affecting that situation other than his extracurriculars?
Right. Good point. That's a good question. How is that?
I think Nipsey Hussle was on his way.
Yo, shout out to Ron. Let's shout out Ron.
I think he was on his way to figuring that out.
Shout out to Ron Waddle, who is Waddell. Is it Waddell?
Yeah.
Okay, Waddell. He's faithfully serving my community here. He has a nonprofit organization where he's helping these inner city kids. I actually interviewed him on the show as well when we first started out in the beginning. So shout out to him and people that are out there actively serving the community. I guess my thing is like, why does it always feel like it's, when it comes to the hoods, why does it always feel like it's always like a slap to the hand? How dare you look at the hood? I don't know why I feel that way, but I feel that way. Like everything else is like accepted, but when it comes to the streets, it's like, oh, they get what they deserve. Let's get out of there. Let's get out of there. Get the house on the hills, and they get what they deserve. He wasn't a model citizen. He deserves that. Like, what kind of?
I'm not gonna be naive to think.
Am I in by myself?
But they're not thinking that. But
am
I think
by
it's
myself?
Also because it's so vast and it's so, the conditions are so bad that it's like, how can you really fix something like that quickly and efficiently? You know what I mean? And
some people will go to, like, okay, so when we're talking about Christians, it's give them the gospel. If they don't want to hear it, boom, leave.
Yeah,
dust your feet off and go.
But that's that cold, I don't know. I feel like it's like a cold shoulder. Like for me, it feels like a passive way of saying I don't want to help. At least for me. Because if you see someone in need and Christ abounds in you, it should be more than just a quick gospel thing. Like, here's the gospel, be on your merry way. I think that's where we come alongside.
Facts. Let me read this real quick. Mom Deuce says, a missionary is a member of a religious group set into an area to
I don't know.
proselytize
that word too.
Or perform ministries of service such as, I'm sorry, I don't use that word all the time, but such as education, literacy, social justice, healthcare, and economic development. That's beautiful. Ma. Wow.
Appreciate it.
That's beautiful. Look at that.
Wow. Well,
there you go. It's right there. Education, literacy, social justice, healthcare, economic development. Oh my goodness. Bravo. And Mama. Gems. Where's my gems?
Oh man.
There it is. There's my gems. There's my gems. Fire. So there you go. There it is right there.
For real.
That's the legacy right there. I think that's what we should desire to carry forth or pray for people within those areas if you're not going to be the one, because not everybody is called to do these things, it's not like,
that's what I'm saying. I don't want people to be like, well, Gil and Mario, what are y'all doing? Are y'all evangelizing? Are y'all doing the community service? Like, not everybody's built for that, you know what I mean? And not everybody has that passion to go out there and create these organizations, and that you got to have a passion, because there's a lot of red tape, there's a lot of things you got to do to get these things up and running. It's a lot lot of work. You have to have a passion for it.
Yeah.
Nobody just wakes up and says,
and
I'm going to open up an organization.
And you have to get ready for the backlash, because a lot of people don't believe that any of that stuff is going to work at all.
True. Because
a lot of people really believe, like, yo,
there's no money in it, blah, blah,
not even that. Not even that. No, they just don't think it's going to work.
Yeah.
Why you, like, some people look at people like Ron who will start these nonprofit organizations and they just kind of like nod their head like you're just kind of in the way. Because the inevitable is that they're just going to be the way that they are no matter what.
Yeah.
And then that's like this loss of hope, you know, for them. And then it's just, I don't know. I think that's how you get desensitized, and you just lump up a community into just that, a community, not individual people, not image bearers, not people to care for, not people to love, not people to pray for. It's just this bad community.
Well, there's money in oppression. You know what I mean? If you oppress people long enough, they become desperate, and then you could literally put any product in front of them and they're gonna buy it.
Facts.
There's a reason why there's, like, you know, so much stuff being sold in the hood that shouldn't be sold in the hood.
Octavia says, the people I know are literally going out into the streets of Fort Myers, Florida, and really speaking to the people, giving back to the community, and still go to other states and help out too. That's what's up. And that's what we got to pray for. Like, it can't be all wrapped up into just missions overseas. Like, we got.
That's what I mean.
We got missions over here. Like in my church, right above the door, it says, "Enter in your mission field." As you're walking out of the church.
Dope.
As soon as you're walking out the doors of the church, like enter. It not that the church is in a building. That's, you know, that's not the concept. It's just the symbolism there. It's a symbolism there. Like, this is the body, the congregation, and then as soon as you walk out of this congregation, you enter in your mission field. Boom.
Yep.
There you go. You out in the mission field, coat of arms.
Which that was the point that I was trying to get to. That's a little shameless plug. You're going to mission field, coat of arms. Buy it now.
Exactly, bro. Yeah.
But yeah, that was the point that I was trying to get to earlier.
Shane, what up, my bro? I'm sorry I didn't call you back. I love you, my dude. We needed you a little earlier, man. Stay on, hang with us, man. We're talking about Nipsey Hussle. We're talking about impacting the community. We're talking about missions not overseas, but also over here within our own land.
For those that don't know, Shane is our theological muscle.
Shane is, we call him Pastor Shane. He's not an actual pastor at the moment.
Yes.
But
he's a prophesied pastor.
We miss you, brother. We're talking about having him come back, so we're excited about that.
Yeah.
Jasmine goes, that's one of the reasons why drug dealers go the route that they do. People are sold the American dream and told that the ultimate goal in life is to make money. When you have communities that are impoverished and not given the same opportunities, but are still sold the American dream, they become destructive. Yeah, because their desire is to get it, and they believe if they do certain things, if they make these certain sacrifices, it's almost like it's guaranteed. That's the hustler. Yeah. That's the hustler mentality. That's the go-getter mentality. That's the entrepreneur mentality. That is what does make some people succeed, to be real. Some people are just so ruthless that they're just relentless. I got a little bit of that. Not bragging. I like to go, create, just be on the go. But when it becomes desperate, when it becomes desperate, it becomes unhealthy, and then this is when you start growing bitterness when things are not going your way, and then now you're playing dirty. Now you're caught up in your feelings. You get caught up in your feelings, and now you're not playing. You don't have, your vision is not clear.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
You're making poor decisions.
Oppression
at
makes
that
money.
point.
Oppression makes mad money. You can oppress people long enough, they're gonna make crazy decisions because they just want to be out of it. They want to get out of it, and that's where you get the drug dealing and all the crazy things that are happening in this world. Because it's just, if you could tell, if you look at the news, everybody just looks desperate.
A clout chasing.
Yeah, it's just desperate. Everybody's desperate for something.
Clout chasing, because it's numbers, right? Well, when it comes to profit and product, if you're seeing it, doesn't matter. Look at Jussie.
And now they're flipping the new desperate. The new desperate drug is social media. Now people are desperate for likes, desperate for shares, desperate for numbers in fans and clicks, and it's just, there's always something.
Hey, that's
to be desperate about.
It's tricky. No, let me slow it down. because we got to be transparent because we're real here, right?
You know,
it's tricky because you do, as a creative now, and what we're doing being fully transparent. We look at numbers.
But it's not desperate.
No, we're not desperate. No.
My point is that the desperation to have those acceptance and have the numbers and all that. That's what I mean. There's always something to be desperate. And that's why you see all the memes of, you know, people looking at their phones all the time and everybody else is living life and there's just the 2 or 3 people just zombies on the phone. Because they're really talking about that. The people who are just so desperate for the social media attention
that they'll do whatever.
They'll do whatever.
They'll do whatever. They'll sign any contract.
To the side.
They'll,
you know, you got the little kid in the background while they taking cell phone booty selfies.
I almost flopped. My kid was in the background crying. People were watching me right now.
You were taking booty selfies?
No. Wow. I missed. Hold up.
I was like, that's where you got the desperation of the girls with their kids in the background taking booty selfies. You're like, I was just doing that with my son.
No, there was no booty selfies and none of that. Okay, repent. No, but I almost got tested. I almost got challenged right now when my son was crying in the background because he got hurt, and I'm like, oh, what do I do? Am I gonna put this first? We live right now. Like, what comes first? You know. Wow, Gil. Yeah, man, that's Gil for you, man.
I'm just saying, these are the things that people get. You trying to boo me? You trying to boo me? You pressed the wrong one. You gave me a upgrade.
I gave you an upgrade. Hold on, this is the upgrade. There you go. Upgrade. Upgrade, yeah. Belfies. Shay says Belfies. Pops, I see you. Thank you so much. He says the sound is great. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's what's up, Shane. I can't wait for you to return.
Who said the sound is great?
Mario Sound. Yes, sir.
Mario Sound.
But yeah, man. Another thing too is
we're talking about the desperation of people.
Okay, go ahead. We could finish that one because I was gonna.
Oh, you gonna flip it?
No,
let's go ahead.
We can go with the desperation because that's a big thing. Like people are desperate for attention. But I guess.
But what's dope is that, you know, the whole situation with Nipsey is that he filled a void. That desperation, he put that to work.
The thing with Nipsey, from what we know, because we don't, you know, actually know the dude, from the reports that we know, is that he wasn't grinding for himself.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Well, he did at first. Like, he was grinding for.
Of course,
you got
because I mean, he's an artist.
And you need the opportunities to create the opportunities. Right?
Yeah, you got to invest in yourself in order to make some money. That money came from somewhere. It came from the success of his music and the things that he was doing within his community.
And then it's, what do you do now when you acquire the bag? What happens now? It's like people who play the lottery, win the lottery, get $1 million, and out, go, see you, quit, boom, gone, disappear.
Yeah.
Money off for themselves, the American dream, you know, like retire and get a beach house and chill. And that sounds good. Like that. Don't get me wrong. Like, that sounds dope. The beach house sounds good and everything, but I think it's far from reality, man. You know, I think it is just a dream. I don't like that word dream. Actually, I don't like that. I think life is just it's a journey. It's a pursuit.
I think I saw the quote. Somebody said a dream is a goal that's being planned or something like that.
I don't like dream, because dream is just not reality.
Yeah.
In reality, you have actual systems and actual steps that you need to take to get from A to B. That's like me saying I have a dream one day I'm gonna have a 6-pack, and I just sit here. Oh, that dream nothing's gonna happen there with that dream. It's all the process to get the results that you're looking for. It's all the steps that you actually need to make, and it's a goal, not a dream.
Yeah.
Am I wrong? I don't know.
No,
I'm just making stuff up.
I agree.
I'm just rambling out.
I agree. I think that a dream should be a plan. Like, you know, if you say you have a dream, it should be a plan rather than a dream, because dream, you just talk about it, where a plan is something that you're going to execute. So I agree.
I
like that.
When we say dream, we're not talking about dream like that, like a dream, like when you go to sleep. We're talking about dream like your goals, like your ambitions, things that you're trying to achieve. I'm talking to Abe. Abe said something. My bad. For this amazing episode, thank you, bro. I appreciate that. What do you say? What sound you want? Hold up.
He wants
the Mario button, Super Mario.
Well, they're all Super Mario sounds.
Which one you want? You want the? Yeah, no, you know, because as a creative, like, a lot of people press, and you'll hear me say this again, but we got some new people up in here. So what up? So you're gonna get to know me on episode 38. you'll see our progress. We did things a lot differently back in the past, and we're continuing to develop and hopefully give you guys. We're talking about anyway. I usually go off on tangents on our dreams. No, but you know, as a creative, people put their impression of what this really is when it comes to the creative space. Yeah. And it's this impression or this idea of magic, chance, and things like that. Like when it comes to being a creative, an artist, a songwriter, or whatever it is as creatives, because we do all that, or acting or whatever. It's a fantasy world. It doesn't exist. There aren't actual processes in their minds. There aren't actual processes to get from point A to B to C. They don't understand how it actually works. And when you start actually digging in on how things work and operate, and you start really understanding the systems that are there and available, it removes the curtain and you can see the machine. And it's not this, I said this last week too, it's not this like Wizard of Oz, this facade or magic world. It's not a magic world. There's a way to actually, get your music out. There's a way to get it distributed. There's a way to be to get to tour. There's a way. There's all these systems that are available for people, and then it's you taking opportunity of these systems. And some of the stuff is pay to play. Some of it is who you know. It's true. Like you do have to work. It's like anything. Like if you got a job opportunity, usually it's word of mouth that gets it first, right? Like I mean, that's how the world works. Oh, it's who you know. It's all about who you know. You're never gonna get that. Like
to a certain extent,
think about reality.
That's true.
Reality is, it's all about who you know.
Yeah, to a certain extent, that is true. But at the same time, people underestimate and really don't put that much effort into understanding that hard work really does pay off.
In fact,
hard work and consistency pays off. And if you put those things into play, that hard work and dedication to consistency, and always strive to perfect yourself and your product or whatever it is that you're doing, it's bound to get attention. You just have to grind it. You just got to stick through.
Yeah. Facts. Yep. Truth. Amen to that.
Now, and then that's the difference between the successful
it takes
people
work. Like,
and
I
the non-successful. Because they don't have that drive, they have to try to make sense of it, and they're like, oh, he's just lucky. Oh, he just, because he knew that person, and they completely bypass. And people do it with other things. You see someone,
name his name. I know you're thinking about someone right now.
I'm just saying that you see someone who's jacked, automatically you say, oh, he lives in the gym.
Yeah.
It's just like, dude, you completely bypassed the times that he woke up at 4 in the morning to go to the gym for a couple hours, then out of the work, goes back to the gym for another hour or two, and then goes home. Like, that's hard work.
That is hard work, man.
Not everybody has that grind, and then because you don't have that grind, you automatically
it's like, oh, that's steroids.
Dismiss.
that's
steroids. Oh yeah, that's steroids.
That's all steroids.
He has to be doing steroids, even though you haven't been paying attention for the last year.
Real talk, when you take steroids, you can't just sit around. You don't just take steroids and then you get jacked laying down and eating bunch of potato chips. You still got
to put in work.
You actually have to work out. You better get in that gym and work out.
Even with the steroid thing,
it's not like, oh man, I'm ready for the competition now.
It just turned into the Hulk.
I forgot the gym today. Yep, ready to go.
It's still hard work. It's still hard work.
Nah, you still got to put in your work.
It's just obviously the steroids makes it easier, but it's still work. You're still making the effort every day to work out.
That's a whole different conversation.
I know, right? But yeah, so I think that people really need to take into consideration how people get to success and not automatically write it off to luck or because they had this hookup. They still have to put in work.
Jealous, right? I see you. Go ahead.
The way of it's true. That's exactly why they jealous. They want to covet, so they quickly got to downplay it.
Yep. It makes sense, bro. And you know what? When you actually start studying up on it and start learning how they actually work, now it's the whole thing of, all right, the illusion is gone, the magic is gone. It's time to work.
Yeah.
It still takes hard work. Like, knowing the answers is not enough. Having knowledge is not enough. Now you have to actually apply that, and that's gonna be by the sweat of your brow.
Yep.
Because that's what it is.
Because at least for me, and I'm sure you will agree, because we've been on this journey together for most of it, is I can't stand where there's artists that because their stuff is not being shared or bought or whatever, they automatically put the blame on the people or the genre. And it's like, are you studying the systems in place to get your stuff out there? Are you studying to really understand the facet of your business to be as effective as possible? Or are you just relying on your circle, your little bubble, to blow you up?
For real. For real.
And that goes with everything. That's not just music. That's like you just started a new business. What, you know, could be a carpeting business. And you're like, man, my family is not getting carpets. You know, maybe they don't support me. Like, are you reaching out? Are you calling them? Are you emailing them? Are you creating an email list? Are you sending them promotions? Are you thinking about introductory packages? Yep. Like, are you putting in the work? Or are you just sitting in your house pouting like, man, I started this business and nobody loves me?
True. And you know what? It's easy to get in that type of mentality because there is a lot of lack of support. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, support is just a part of it, but they shouldn't just be all up in their feelings about that one thing.
It's a reality that you need to just come to, you know, you need to grow thick skin and get over it. Like, dude, we've been at this for a minute, bro.
Facts.
And it's not about even, like, I came to the point, look, check it. I came to the point where I said, it's no longer a dream.
Yeah.
I'm peace. Yeah. And then I came to the point where it's like, oh, I got a full-time job. I'm making money.
Yeah.
I'm growing in my full-time job. I'm peace. I don't even need to do it.
Yeah, Dwayne,
I don't even need to do
Mario
it.
Always get into an accent when he gets into his deep dives. He always gets some kind of
accent though. But I love it though. I'm like, yo, I legit love, and this ain't about me. I'm just trying to say, if I can inspire an artist or creative, yo, shout out Dwayne. Yo, shout out to the bar. Yo, mad love to the bar. That's with partnership with the bar.
Check
I got you,
out.
my dude. I need that website. I'm gonna update that. I haven't forgot you. We are updating the website too as well in behind the scenes. But anyway, getting back to my point. Shout out to the bar. We love you. The Bar Podcast. Go check them out. I love them dudes. What was I saying? I had to show love real quick. What was I saying?
You always do that, and then you forget where you were.
So, okay. So,
you completely interrupted me.
Yo, the bar. Come on, man. The bar don't mess me up.
We was talking about.
Go ahead, backtrack.
Hold on. We was talking about businesses. Oh,
yeah, fancy, brother. fancy, brother. You see it?
Yo, fancy.
Oh, I love you, bro. We're trying to step the game up, man. We're trying to get on your level, man. You got to teach me about the download skills and all that. But shout out to the bar. We love you, man. I guess like we're about to wrap up anyway. We got about another 4 minutes left. We try to make sure we go an hour and a half. You know, we try to make sure we hit that. But I guess like what it comes down to is just understanding the processes and being faithful where you're at. If you're not getting the love and support that you're getting, don't sweat it. Like maybe if you start reacting a certain way in bitterness and stuff like that, take a pause, you know, examine your heart, pray about it. And see if this is something that you actually want to pursue. Because I think honestly, like if you're made for it, you have no choice. If you're made for it, if you have a calling, if you're designed for it. Like I got to the point where I told wifey, I'm like, babe, this creative stuff is in my genes.
For real.
You cannot remove it from Mario. You can't. I'm not talking in third party or prideful. Please stop. Let's not go there. I'm just trying to give the perspective. Like you can't remove that from who I am as a person. Like I come to peace with the fact that this is just who I am.
And we've tried. Because there's been conversations with him and I. We both talked about it, like, man, maybe this just ain't the thing, and we just got to move on and just stick with our regular 9-to-5 jobs and just live life. But then we always find ourselves back in the studio, creating something.
Well, now it got to the point where, like, yo, I don't even like the people that be like, oh, you're old and still rapping, like, and they think they're hurting feelings. And certain people, they probably hurting feelings because the desire is, I want to be the next this, and the reality of it's like somebody like, I have a dream to be the next top football player, and you're all busted up old in your 50s or whatever. Like, I'm not saying that even then it can't happen. No, anything can happen if you really put your mind to it. Like you could bust your butt and get into shape, whatever. But in reality, for the most part, like that, come on, you know what I mean? Like,
But that's the thing. There's a difference between, you know, that type of dream and what we're doing, because that's like,
let me finish what I was gonna say.
But artistry, that's something.
No, even that. So even if it's like, okay, you're the old dude who loves football, but you're beyond that age now. In all reality, you're falling apart. Maybe you got some knee injury and whatnot. So how can you still be a part of the whole football scene? Because you love it.
Be a coach.
There you go. You see where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
If you're made to be a part of that thing, if you're designed for that, you're gonna do it regardless.
No matter what.
No matter what, you're gonna do it regardless. So I got to that point where I wrestled in those pain points of confusion and hurt and pain and thinking time is against me. I got to those points, and guess what happened? No matter what, I kept bouncing back. So then I had to wrestle with why do I keep bouncing back? And this is when it hit me. This is what I'm made to do. If people are gonna jump on and follow us all the way through to episode 100, Lord willing, hey, that's dope, man. Be along with the journey. That would be super dope if this thing grows. But I tell you right now, if you bounce out and there's still only 2 people up in here, hey, welcome to Marrio Esco Live. This is where I'll be.
We still gonna carry on.
This is where I'll be, and I'm still gonna be doing music, and I'm still gonna be doing videos, and I'm still gonna be finding ways to create, no matter what. Lord willing, as long as he gives me the ability and resources and to do so, that's important, because God can be like, oh, this is gone. Yeah, that's very important.
Unless God
if God intervenes, then I'm done. But as long as God allows me to do it, hey, I'm doing it.
Can't stop me from singing in the shower.
So I guess, I don't know, what's the conclusion to this? How do we wrap this up?
I think the conclusion is, if you are doing what you love, you'll never work a day in your life.
Say that again.
If you're doing what you love, you never work a day in your life.
And
find what that is. Work hard. Even if you got a bootstrap like we do, we got full-time jobs while we're doing this. You know what I mean? Like, I was with my wife, but today, after first went to work with my wife, then now here, like, this is like our day. Marrio with his kids, balancing all this, but we love this so much. We just want to create for y'all. That's really our desire. We love to create, so we're gonna do this regardless. But it would be dope if we were able to do this full time. You know what I mean? And really dedicate ourselves. But either way, we do have jobs, and that's why we can do this.
Octavia is saying, say it again. Say it one more time.
Say that one more time.
Say that one more time.
If you're doing what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. That's not my quote. I don't know where it came from, but someone said that to me, and I was like, that is dope.
Let's balance it.
It's true.
Let's balance it. If you're doing what you hate, what happens? Balance it.
Then
you go to work grumbling.
If you're doing what you hate,
you go to work grumbling, you complain about it.
I would say you'll be miserable for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? If you doing what you hate, and you get to that point where now you're done, you know what I mean, you're about to retire, you're not going to be in the same position like how Marrio was talking about, how he still found ways to do what he loved. He was a football player, can't play football, he's going to be a coach.
Yo, this dude said,
there's always ways to stay within what you love, but if you hate what you love, you're going to retire with regret.
Yo, this dude said, I love it, Gil, but Marrio Esco, Gil Vargas, Dwayne Atkinson, New England Creative Conference event with joint live shows. Man, I would love to take this on the road and sit with y'all. I would love to premiere stuff, even perform, have performances, you know what I mean? Like,
I feel like that's gonna need a trailer with that's gonna need a trailer with the movie voice, like, in a world where 2 podcasts come together.
In the world,
create something special that will blow
I would love
your
to do an intro
minds.
like that on the big screen. On the big screen,
that's what I'm saying.
That would be fire. We had the lights going, and we do make the announcements. Anyway.
And then we have the all-star music playing.
That's dreams. There's a process for that.
And then we come out with jerseys somehow for some reason.
There's a process for that. Hey, listen, we love y'all. Yo, this was dope. Just chopping it up. We go live usually every Wednesday. 8 p.m. Eastern. And we also we're live right now.
We apologize to Serrano because he's streaming from the Netherlands.
Wow,
so it is yo. What time is it right now, Serrano, over there? While you finish?
Well, yeah.
He's in the Netherlands.
So we're streaming right now, multi-streaming to YouTube and Facebook. We're thinking of possibly jumping on Twitch. We don't know yet.
What do you guys think?
We have the opportunity to do Periscope and a few other platforms that we can multi-stream to. So we want to be able to be where you guys are at and what's more convenient for you. And what's dope about it is that we're able to see all your comments within one comment box, no matter where we're streaming from. So right now we're getting comments from Facebook and YouTube. Everybody's jumping in, so we're thinking about doing stuff like that. But we also redistribute to podcasts as well. We're on Apple, we're on Google Podcasts, we're on any podcast catcher app that you have. You'll be able to see us. And we're also on SoundCloud as well. As of right now, like, we're just trying to get to as many people as possible to get out there and just build. You know, we're just trying to build the community following with you guys to serve you guys, you know, and have fun and entertain and bug out and wrestle through different things. And we're still trying to figure out what we're trying to do as a whole direction. But this was dope, and I appreciate you guys for being with us. It's really it was a really dope show, man, and just building with y'all.
But yo, real quick before we bypass this, Serrano, man, yo, crazy love, man.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to send you something. We got Mario, we gotta send him something.
Wait, what time is it over there?
It's 3:33 in the morning,
dude.
It's 3:33 in the morning, bro. And he's up with us. Like, that's crazy.
That's humbling, man, dude.
Yo, clap for that, man.
Clap for that.
Oh, you get a coin too. Oh, and then I die. I'm dead because I couldn't do that. I just die. Yo, if I was in your position, I'd be dead.
If that was the bomb, like to arm it, dude, we'd be dead right there, man. Thank God there's not like a big red button here for you to press and then we just blow up.
This one's
That's how it. There you go.
There you go. You get that, man, because that right there is crazy, man.
Wow.
You really calling in from watching from the Netherlands.
Yo, we love you too, man, and we appreciate all you guys, man. And for real talk, we got to figure something out. But we love you. Grace and peace. Till next week. Take care, y'all.
Love y'all.
We out.
If you're listening on the podcast, be sure to check out my Facebook music page, Marrio Esco 1. Again, 2 R's in my name, the number 1 at the end, Marrio Esco 1. Be sure to like and follow that page because I like to give updates on who I'll be interviewing and leave a description on what we'll be talking about. And I also like the real-time one-on-one back and forth interaction. If you don't have the time to join us on Facebook Live, be sure to check out my podcast. It's called Marrio Esco Live, 2 R's in my name. Again, you'll see the white silhouette of myself with the cross underneath. Be sure to subscribe to that and follow the link as well to whatever podcast you're using or however you're receiving the podcast, and leave us a review. We love to hear feedback. You can also hit me up at music@marrioesco.com and just hit me up with some feedback and ways that we can improve the show or the things that you like and enjoy. Any type of feedback will be highly appreciated. Grace and peace.